this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With
John
ready in his chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
John is also not ready, so instead we got Ryan.
My butt is right back in this chair where it belongs, baby.
John will be here at some point. I thought I heard him coming in now, but I guess not. But
Yeah, I heard that as well.
yeah, John will be here at some point. Hey, did you feel that earthquake the other day?
Surprisingly, I slept right fucking through it, but what did wake me up was all of my coworkers texting us asking if we were okay.
I didn't even know there were, I felt it, and I didn't know what it was. I had no idea it was an earthquake. I literally went outside looking to see, did somebody hit my fucking house?
Right, that's what everyone was saying it felt like. You know, I've only ever felt one before, but it is a very unsettling feeling, especially in Western New York where our buildings are not built to sustain that shit. Like, you feel that vibration, and then your first thought is, what was that? And two, holy shit, is the house gonna fall?
Right. I literally felt it. I thought somebody crashed into the house again. So I went outside. I'm like, what the fuck? There's nobody for blocks. What's going on? And finally, I just kind of chalked it up to oh, maybe my landlady dropped something, or Dennis says it was gas.
You gotta stop eating them fucking Hot Pockets, buddy.
all that mighty taco I eat all the time, man. But anyway, John will be here in time for the weather. Don't worry, Laura. Anyway, his microphone is right there waiting for him. He's set to go. By the time we get to the weather, we'll get everything situated. John will be back in his chair. And
Yeah,
Ryan will be in the guest chair because he's the guest today. But anyway, so I finally, I did a job, and then I went on Twitter because it was one of my off Fiverr clients that I work with off Twitter. So I went to deliver this order, and I saw Western New York trending. I'm like, why is Western New York trending? Click. Oh, a 4 whatever magnitude earthquake. And I'm like, oh, that's what that was. Okay. And this is an hour later that I'm finding out. I just literally sat through an earthquake, not even realizing it. So, yeah.
Dude. Yeah, man. The comfort of being in our homes and not being familiar with earthquakes.
Right?
Fucking crazy. I knew right away just because, again, all my coworkers were texting me, but what I was surprised about was that it made the front page of Reddit. That was where I ended up reading more about it.
Yeah.
And it was right in tandem with, what was it, the 7.8 that hit Turkey.
Right.
And they had a follow-up blast that was a 6 or something. So, I don't know, the Buffalo earthquake got kind of stuffed under the rug there with the severity in Turkey, but holy shit, man. If I look at my homeowner's insurance policy, I don't even think we have earthquake insurance because you
live in Western New York, you don't gotta worry about it.
They're so rare here. We don't have tectonic plates shifting and shit.
Right. We are right on a fault line, but we never have earthquakes. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
That's we got to keep the ground stable. That's why we're all overweight. We eat all those fucking chicken wings. We keep everything in place down there.
Right. So Meg Ryan is fine after the earthquake, asks Laura.
I am indeed, Laura. Thank you for checking up on me. I've missed you terribly.
Yeah. She's. We mentioned you last week, and she's like, "Wait, Meg Ryan?"
Oh, yep, Meg Ryan, baby.
Yep, that's who it is, Meg Ryan.
I got that mail. Now so do you.
She was hoping you'd say that too. So there you go. Mark says it wasn't his fault, the earthquake. So
It's debatable.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I had no idea. I always thought if there was an earthquake, you remember that episode of The Fresh Prince where he's hiding under the table and he's like, yo, the ground just moved. I thought that would be how I would be in an earthquake. I didn't even fucking know it was an earthquake. I'm just like, what was that? What bumped into my house?
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. Fucking crazy.
Jill says someone came into her work, said it damaged his house, and his insurance doesn't cover earthquakes. So yeah. That's exactly, it's Western New York, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, dude.
We don't get them, man.
Yeah, we get like one like every maybe 25 years, and they're never above like a 1.5. Like
I think the last one was like 95, like 1995 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. We had one in Rochester when I was working at Wendy's, and I remember like I was putting salads in the fucking bins, and I felt the floor shake like I was standing on like a dolly or something. So they happen once in a while, but they're basically nothing. And this was like, it knocked some shit down. This was serious, and none of us have earthquake coverage because why the fuck would we?
Yeah. I mean, but again, like, I felt it. I definitely, experienced it. I heard a boom. So a lot of people said they heard a boom, and I did. But again, it was nothing like, that I hadn't heard or felt before, because we've had people crash into the house,
Yeah.
If you come to my house, like, my railing is bent on my porch, and it's from Karina's mom.
Oh.
My landlady's out there looking at it. She's like, Joe, what happened to my porch? I'm like, Karina's mom, do you need her? Do you want her insurance info? She's like, no, don't worry about it. Like, okay, cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I mean, but it was a brand new railing, so she was not happy about it, but she wasn't gonna. No, people don't. I mean, I don't know if my driveway's too narrow or what, but like, occasionally somebody will crash into my porch.
Yeah.
It's happened a couple of times since I've been here.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Your porch is kind of interesting because it kind of like juts out. Usually it cuts in, so I guess if people aren't thinking, they could hit it pretty easily.
And you can see the Living Brain Dead play on my porch on June 25th.
That's fucking right.
I'm playing South Buffalo Porch Fest.
Get on that porch.
Oh, man. I don't know if you guys heard last night that, you were leaving, that we were doing our acoustic practice.
Well, I know you told me about it. I didn't hear it when we were rolling out, though.
We tried it out. We had the speakers going in the room. We still had our in-ears in, but we had the speakers going in the room. Through the whole night, too, like, even through, like, our electric practice, so.
Oh, nice.
I've been hanging out with, I see you all the time now.
That's right, yeah.
We're not in a band together. We don't do, acoustically, unrehearsed, yeah. We're not in a band together anymore. We don't do this podcast regularly together anymore, but I still see you every week.
That's right. You moved into the same fucking building that we practice in, and now
the Living Brain Dead are like 3 doors down from Shambles. So every week when I get there, I'm just like, I got time to kill. Fuck Shambles. What are you guys doing?
We actually heard you this week, because you do it every week, but we always have the plugs in and we're playing. So someone yells "fuck Shambles" and it doesn't get through. This time you did it between a song, and we were like, "Who the hell is that?"
You guys knew who it was.
I had a feeling.
So and then you guys always invite me in because I'm always like, I'm still waiting for my bandmates to get here.
Hell yeah.
So I was in the room with you guys last night, and I'm just kind of looking around at all the decor.
Oh yeah.
and I never noticed it before, but you guys have a Buffalo Bills Stanley Cup champions flag.
That's right, we do. Yes, behind Joey's PA monitor, we have the Buffalo Bills Stanley Cup champions flag that we got on, like, why am I thinking Alibaba fucking 10 years ago. I adore it.
I took a picture of it and I'm like, look what I just saw in Shambles practice space.
We gotta keep hope alive, man. It's the only championship a Buffalo team might be able to win. God, what a disappointing fucking season for the Buffalo Bills.
Jeez, this looked like your year. Mm-hmm. It really did, and you guys got fucked on that. Like the whole deal with Cincinnati and Damar Hamlin. Like, you got fucked on that.
Dude, that was that was fucking terrible.
But at this point, we don't know that you would have beat Cincinnati because you did not beat them in the playoffs.
Dude, exactly. And the way that game was tracking, I didn't think the Bills had a shot. They marched down the field twice before Damar Hamlin collapsed from a fucking cardiac arrest, which was terrifying in and of itself, and that was the only thing we were thinking about at that point. But dude, I think the Bengals were gonna blow the Bills the fuck out, and then it was gonna happen again whenever they met up with them in the playoffs. So I don't know. I'm not like despondent. In prior seasons, I've been really kicked in the gut. 13 seconds was a really fucking tough one last year. This was more just like, is it ever gonna happen? Like, I don't know. So many of my family members have been waiting their entire lives to see it, and like they're starting to die without seeing it. So I'm like, please just win one. Like win one.
Wait, I mean, look at the bright side. You didn't have to go through that the next week like I did.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching my starting quarterback, which is my third string quarterback, tear a ligament off his elbow.
Yeah.
And then my fourth string quarterback get knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Dude.
So my third string quarterback with one arm's gonna come back in the fucking game.
Dude, that game was... I felt terrible for you because, yeah, after the Bills lost, I was immediately pulling for the 49ers because, I mean, one, I want to support you. Two, what a fucking story that Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, shows up and wins, what was it, like 6 games in a row to finish the season and gets to the divisional round in the playoffs, only to be taken out by an injury on the first drive. It was disappointing, man. It was a really cool story, and it was disappointing to see it end on the first drive like that.
I mean, if that happened later in the game and he was able to, like, you know, get us far enough ahead where his injury was irrelevant, no pun intended, Mr. Irrelevant, but, I mean, there would have been a possibility we could have had Jimmy G back for the Super Bowl, but, like...
That's right, I know they were saying that,
But you know, it is what it is, so we'll see what happens in the offseason and where we go from here, and we just lost our defensive coordinator. You think he's going where, Tennessee? Is that...
that sounds about right, but I'm not totally sure.
But, yeah, I don't know, I mean, I guess we're both going to be sitting there watching the Super Bowl like... Can the stadium collapse?
Goddamn freaking, yeah. Philadelphia has had more than enough fun. The fucking Phillies made the World Series last year. How the fuck did that happen? They lost, but still, I would kill. And yeah, Kansas City, you've also had too much fun. The Royals beat the fucking Mets in the World Series in 2015. And
he's not bitter.
Yeah, right. And you've got fucking Pat Mahomes, like the most likable, coolest dude ever that's also an incredible quarterback. Like, fuck you, stop winning. Let the Bills have one. We have nothing else. We have earthquakes, snow, and fast food. Like,
I mean, if the Bills were ever destined to win a Super Bowl, this would have been the year.
Yep.
With everything that's happened, but
I don't know.
They had to blow it. They had to lose to Cincinnati.
They blew it, man. Broke my fucking heart, but whatever. Sabres.
I will, yeah, go Sabres.
Yeah, Sabres are kicking some ass. So you know.
I mean, the LEDs that aren't on camera are all blue and gold in here right now. So. They were red all football season, so it was like I am not touching these until the 49ers are out of the playoffs, whether that be as Super Bowl champions or as, you know, losing in the divisional round or whatever. Like, they're staying red. And as soon as the 49ers were out, I'm like, all right, I guess I'm changing these. And then I had to replace batteries in some of the remotes for some of these LED strips and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? But kiss, marry, kill, snow, earthquake, and fast food. I'll marry fast food.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would definitely marry fast food. That's a relationship I want to last. I think I would kiss the earthquake. I like a little bit of love on the edge. That sounds good. A little intensity.
You'd kill the snow?
I would 100% kill the snow, because then it just turns into water. Pool party.
Fair enough.
I guess that's as logical as I can come up with on short notice.
Pool party.
Anyway. For the cool kids in my school, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for having me back, buddy. I've missed being in this chair. I know I'm going to need to vacate it when John shows the fuck up, but hey, this is great, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's quarter after. He's not here yet, even despite what Laura said 3 minutes ago, but...
Oh, man. Yeah, if we get to the 6:25, 6:27, whatever mark where we play the music and he still has not arrived, I'm just going to say I adversely possessed this chair. It's mine now.
Sounds good. That means you're doing the weather.
Oh, God. There was an earthquake? Is that weather?
We've been talking about weather this whole time. She's waiting for John to do the weather.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was sitting here a couple of weeks ago and just, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're texting me. You're just like, hey, can I come on the show on the 8th? Like, yeah. Do you even have to ask? You can just show up at my door, dude. Like,
I wanted to, make sure I was being courteous and stuff. I appreciate you having me on again, man. It's fun.
Yeah,
I
of
always
course,
love
man.
doing this.
Well, in light of the circumstances, I'm glad you're here. Because this would be a really awkward first 15 minutes if it were just me. Laura loves those. Laura loves when it's just me. That's why she tunes into my gaming streams whenever I occasionally do them. Which I haven't done one since Christmas Eve. I know Jasmine had asked me to do Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, man.
So at some point...
The Japanese version, the Lost Levels?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, the fucking, the one where you get to pick between all 4 of them. It's a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I did play that on Christmas Eve, and I beat it, so...
Holy shit. That's hardcore, dude. I beat it on the Game Boy Advance, but it had save slots and stuff. I ain't playing through that thing in one sitting. No way.
Oh, no, man. You give me a fucking NES, I'll run through all 3 Super Mario Brothers.
Good for you, man.
Fucking... Like, Super Mario Brothers 1 is just, like... I was watching a guy yesterday, right? Like, you know those Facebook fucking reels that are, like, trying to capitalize on the popularity of TikTok.
Yeah.
There's this guy, and he's always, oh, here's all these secrets you didn't know about video games, but every single one of them are shit that I've known since the 80s.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like...
Just some shit listicle. Yeah.
He's like, here's how you do the infinite one-up trick in Super Mario Brothers, which I've never been able to pull off.
Mm-hmm. It's where you get the turtle wedged against the block.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so now I have like something like 57 lives, and that should be plenty to be able to beat the game. I'm like, you need 57 lives to beat Super Mario Brothers 1?
Yeah.
I can do it without getting any extra lives.
Yeah.
You give me 1 life, I'll beat Super Mario Brothers 1. Hey, look who it is.
Hey!
Guess you don't have to do the weather after all.
What's up, sexy?
You can take that chair for right now, and you guys swap at the song break. I guess.
Yeah, we'll swap at the break. I will cherish my time in this seat for the next 9 or so minutes.
There you go. You got your mic's on, John. You're good to go.
Good to go.
You're good to go. Game day. Let's go. What the fuck? Don't be promoting your fucking Twitch streams on my fucking Twitch stream. What the fuck?
What did I miss?
We were talking about the earthquake. Did you feel the earthquake?
No.
Yeah, me either, man.
No.
Did it even hit your area? Like
It did.
so
actually.
you just slept through it?
Oh no, I was at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that makes more sense.
Concrete building, so didn't feel it.
Nice, man.
I totally felt it. So
Go Buffalo.
Hey, that's right. Let's go. Let's go Buffalo.
man, I gotta switch into a black and red Sabres thing now. So
I bought a Skinner Adidas jersey at the Galleria on Sunday.
I got the Adidas jersey like 1 size smaller than I normally buy the Adidas jersey, which is fine. It still fits.
Yeah.
But like literally I got it the day after they came out. Because like it's like, oh, the Sabres jerseys are available now. And I'm like, what the fuck? You couldn't give us warning so I could be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a Sabres jersey?
No, they want motherfuckers talking about it on Twitter. Like I remember like my buddy Alex in my fantasy hockey league like got the notification that they were in, and he took vacation time to go down to the store and buy a Dylan Cousins. Because like they're not making them anymore. That's why I bought the Skinner. And I love Skinner. I wanted a Skinner jersey anyway.
Right.
But like I probably would have gotten like Power or even like a Poso. Give me that C, but like they're not making anymore. So Jeff Skinner, baby.
That's
$9
why,
million a year.
and that's why I had to go, man. Because as soon as they announced, like we have them, like I better go fucking buy them because I never got the fucking Adidas 50th. I got the Fanatics one that doesn't have all the fucking detail on the crest, which I guess in the long run didn't matter because they put the detail in the crest for the new home and road jerseys, and I bought those as soon as they came out. And then like a week after they released the fucking black goat heads, they're like, "Here's the reverse retro goat heads." I'm like, "Fuck!" But they announced those ahead of time. Like, we'll have them Tuesday. I'm like, "All right, I'll be there Tuesday." So 2 weeks in a row, I'm at fucking the Sabres store spending $200. You know, like. God damn it.
Dude,
what the fuck, you know?
Dude, the reverse retro jersey.
What is John looking for? That is a good question.
Guitar picks.
Oh, fuck.
Guitar picks? Well, you don't play guitar.
No,
I like the hymn.
There's been a running gag. We played a show at Good Bar last year, and I was
there.
What's up?
Ryan was there.
Yeah, that might have been my first or second show with you guys.
Yeah, well,
Because Ryan was there.
That's right. You were in this band. I was throwing out guitar picks, And I'm like, I wonder how many of these I'll see tomorrow night at the fucking Working Class Stiff show.
Yeah.
Which we're not playing anything off the Working Class Stiff show this weekend coming up because we're playing stuff. No, we are playing something from that. We're playing Do It With Malice.
That's
we're not
right.
playing anything from the Murder show this weekend because there's so many other things going on this weekend. But anyway, so I'm throwing out guitar picks. I'm like, nobody's picking them up. I'm like, I wonder how many of these I'll see tomorrow night when I come back here. And then John just picks them all up. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, buddy. I've
I
got
have like 20 in my hand.
I've got hundreds of these things. I don't need them back. And John started handing them back to me. And it's been a running gag ever since. So that's why he's looking for guitar picks.
That is really, really, really funny. I'm getting a kick out. That seems like it would be like a gag in like a like School of Rock or some movie like that. Like I could see like the drummer throwing the drumsticks, walking off stage, feeling all hot shit, and then someone just comes up, here you go, just hands the sticks back.
Never had that happen, but
Yeah, I'll make sure it does next time, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll kill someone for them sticks.
We just actually got invited to play that Murder show on Saturday, but because we're playing The Last Rain today because The Last Rain is playing on Saturday, and our bass player is in The Last Rain. So guess where we're going to be Saturday? We're not going to be anywhere. There's two great punk shows going on, and we're not going to be at either of them. Well, I guess a ska punk show and
Yeah, it's definitely a ska punk show. But that is all the more reason to go. I mean, ska punk,
oh, I know,
buddy.
no, I know. Have you seen my new guitar picks? Since John's my little two-tone.
Oh, look at that. Two-tone army.
I feel good.
He feels better now. The boy feels better now.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway. So, yeah, I've been...
Missed you, buddy.
What's up, dude?
We missed you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. It's good seeing you guys every week at, the space, just like hanging around. I think we're going to be practicing later going forward. The last couple times I've seen you, we've been skedaddling out to like go watch hockey. So next couple weeks we're going to be, probably practicing later.
I think the
We'll
first night
swing by and say hi.
I think the first night we were both practicing on the same night. You guys were hanging out in the parking lot watching the game on your phone.
Yeah. We are definitely, if you ask like around the space, people will be like, Shambles, hey, you mean those guys that are like always in the common areas just standing around? Like half of our band practices are us fucking around and the other half are us just going as fast as we can.
Sounds about right. That was us last night.
Yeah.
We did the acoustic thing, and then we started doing the we started playing our electric set, and I just looked at the clock, and I knew John wanted to get out there at like 10 o'clock. I'm like, so it's 9:40, and we still have like 6 songs to go. Let's get these done so you guys can go home.
Just play them double time.
I think John was trying to. Jill called him out on it.
You gotta slow down. I can't hip hop this fast.
John, thoughts on the color blue?
Blue. My
Blue.
favorite color.
It's his favorite color.
So awesome.
John, what are your thoughts on that cajon?
Don't get me started.
You don't like the cajon?
I do. It's just I just never played one.
He's not used to it yet. He's learning.
Gotta find my groove.
So you got him with the cajon, and you got me with the acoustic guitar, but I forgot to bring a strap for it. And you got Joe with his bass that's tuned half a step down, and he doesn't want to retune it to just retune it back to half step down for electric practice. So this was just a disaster to begin with. So Joe's got a fucking capo on his fucking bass.
Oh God.
And I'm sitting there like sitting on this little tiny fucking footstool trying to play the acoustic guitar, trying to play bar chords and shit. John, is a pizza a pie? Joe did have the tambourine for the first song. I didn't even realize it. I didn't notice the bass had stopped until I saw him with the tambourine.
I mean, the tambourine was the original, low end, right?
Right.
It's absolutely not, but
Right. Yeah, you're getting low end out of a tambourine.
that's correct. Yeah, that's what that big skin they stretch over the top of it's for.
You got some. You got to have some good EQ for that. John, is a pizza a pie?
Yes.
Yes.
Thing.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, what's your argument? You're saying it is. You're saying you don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, what defines a pie?
When I think of a pizza pie, I think of like, a round pizza, right?
Okay.
So, like,
not like Detroit style.
So like if we're talking about like if you buy a sheet of pizza or a tray, like is that a pie? Because it's not really a pie.
No, it's not. It's an unfolded turnover, if it's anything.
Sure. It's a calzone that hasn't been rolled up.
Exactly. Because it's like, yeah, like is a pizza, but like I think of a pie as being like filling encapsulated in well, this isn't going to be funny because now I got to think too fucking much. Jesus Christ. No, you have like filling encapsulated in a crust. Like I'm perfectly happy to call a chicken pot pie a pie, but like I don't think a pizza is a pie, nor is a stuffed pizza. I don't think a quesadilla is a pie, and it's very similar.
I mean, so like you go to the store, you buy a pumpkin pie, there's no crust over the top of it, right? So like, what's the difference between that and a round pizza? Because that is filling in a crust.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's a soup at this point. You eat it with a spoon.
That's if you're in Chicago. We were talking, somebody posted on Twitter the other day, and they said, New York style pizza is not New York pizza. And I replied, I said, I said that exact same thing to my brother who lives in Missouri, because he said, I want to come up there and I want to have real New York pizza. And I'm like, yeah, but the New York pizza here isn't real New York pizza. The New York pizza here is pizza that is like styled like New York. You lived in New York. You can attest to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. They're heavy as shit on the basil down there, which I think really is the biggest difference. Not the size of the crust, but like the fact that it's thin, crispy, light cheese, light sauce, tons of spices, completely different. Up here, it's like, how much cheese can we load onto this thing? Because we know that you're miserable and we know you don't want to see 76. So let's up that LDL cholesterol. That cup and char pepperoni is to retain the grease,
Right.
Laura's talking shit. Meg Ryan, thinking equals being in pain. Meg Ryan, stop thinking. Will do, Laura. You know me well. I'm overthinking. I've done enough of it today.
He brought plenty of alcohol to stop himself from thinking, so
that's right.
As the show goes on, he will probably do less thinking.
Dude, I had my physical yesterday. My liver enzymes are perfectly normal, so
good.
I got another 5 years of, just partying.
But yeah, I'm gonna have health insurance starting next month.
Hell yeah!
That's nice.
Yeah, it means I could go get a physical and get a regular checkup. I haven't had one of those since I was like 18.
It's not fun.
Nah, I'm sure.
My doctor calls me an idiot every time she sees me. That is true. She's like, Ryan, you're an idiot. Like, you're smart. You know what you need to do. Why aren't you doing it? So, yeah, I don't know. It's worth going. Doctors are good people.
I don't know, man. I've never really liked doctors. So I still, like, the only, I went to urgent care a couple of months ago because, like, I had an infection in my arm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I better fucking go get this looked at. Get some antibiotics so I don't fucking die.
I think I remember that. That was like that happened like the day before our show at Nietzsche's, right? In April?
Yep. I'm at your show with a fucking infection on my arm. Like hey guys, look at this.
Yeah, that was a great show surrounded by a series of catastrophes. I got rear-ended on the way home from that show.
Right.
Yeah. Don Mangar. Thanks a lot, buddy. Memorable story, but you don't want to get rear-ended at 4 a.m. by a dude that doesn't speak English, so you cannot communicate with him that he needs to stop attempting to rip the bumper off of his own car when it's leaking fluid.
Oh, jeez.
It was bizarre, man. Check our Instagram. There's a photo of him.
Yeah, I remember that.
He stumbled out of the car and just started trying to rip his bumper off. Me and Ethan are like, dude, it's going to blow up. Get out of here. Don Mangar, man. What a story.
I think I remember, like, that was at Nietzsche's, though, wasn't it, that night?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Nietzsche's. We played with, Jesus fucking Christ, who did we play with on that one?
That was you guys with, was it Wrestle with Jimmy?
Yes, yep, that was Wrestle with Jimmy that
You
night.
guys were doing a Blink 182 set, which you're also doing this Friday night.
That's correct.
At Good Bar downstairs.
That is correct.
With Gimme Gimme, Western New York's premier Me First in the Gimme Gimme's tribute band, because when I think of bands that need a tribute band, it's a cover band. Mm-hmm. But hey, Gimme Gimme is fantastic, man. I've seen them. I've seen you guys plenty of times. I saw you guys literally last night.
Fuck Shambles.
Yeah, fuck Shambles.
Hey, fuck Shambles.
And that's not even what we're playing right now. So, so Amateur Hockey Club is also playing Friday night with special guests.
Oh, wait, that's not good. Sorry, I was like, ooh, good. And then I was like, you can't do that symbol anymore.
No,
Here you
that's,
go.
yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah,
man.
sorry.
Anyway, After Dark and Mosh Retirement present Amateur Hockey Club with special guests Oscars Cash, Tokyo Monsters, and We Were Blank. Tickets available without online fees at After Dark's home office located at 630 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, New York. Order by phone Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., 716-893-2900. Open to the public Tuesday and Thursday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That show going on 6 p.m., $12 advance, 16 and up with ID, and it is at the Rec Room over on Chippewa. John found a drumstick. And this is Amateur Hockey Club, and this song is called You Started a Fire on all WNY. ThinkSoJoE Show.
It's a desperate attempt to make ends meet, an utter disregard for the spaces in between, if you know what I mean. I'm a tank running on empty, all of the drive has left me, and you know what that means. You started a fire and cried when I couldn't put it out. You started a fire and cried when I couldn't put it
All right, that was Amateur Hockey Club on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. That song was called You Started a Fire. You can catch them at Rec Room, 6 p.m. doors on Friday night, $12 advance, 16 and up with ID, under 16 with an adult. Here's John with the weather.
Hi, I'm John with your weather report. It's 34 degrees outside. The lowest is 30. The highest would be 39 degrees. Feels like 28 degrees outside right now. It's cloudy. Might 2% chance of rain. Tomorrow, 97% of rain. The high will be 55 degrees and the lowest will be 36 degrees. So bring out umbrellas out or, jackets. It's going to rain.
So what you're saying is tomorrow will be appropriate weather for like the Super Bowl coming up this weekend because you need to be under your umbrella, Ella.
Yes.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Exactly. Well, this is John, and I suck.
Somebody's not watching the Super Bowl halftime show.
I'm not watching it. Well, back to you, Dick.
Jill says, "Do it with chips in your mouth."
Do you have any chips?
I don't have any chips to give him. There's still a whole jar of Sweetwater candy over here.
I'm not. What, fireballs?
Yeah, do it with a fireball in your mouth. Anyway.
The atomic fireball is really an unpleasant candy.
I don't know, man. I never really had one until I get this big-ass jar of Sweetwater candy, and I was like, let me try one of these. And I've had a few of them since then, so.
And to answer your question, Joe, I will wrestle 10 octopuses. And beat them all.
There you go.
Well, I'd like to see that shit. When are we doing it? Let's live stream it.
We could do that. We're set up for that.
Am I gonna go find 10 octopuses?
Is there an aquarium in Buffalo, or do we got to go to Niagara Falls?
Run around.
How big are they?
Couple different locations.
How big are they?
Well, let's go to Niagara Falls. Let's go to the aquarium, and we'll throw you in the tank with the octopuses. I don't know how many they have. We'll see if maybe they got some more in the back or something. And then we'll charge people admission to come to the aquarium and watch John fight octopuses.
I'll give him my best shot. You probably want to look for a new drummer after that.
We'll hire the octopus. He's got 8 arms he can play with.
You played some Blink-182. I got this. Shambles will play Blink-182 for this.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah, man. Play voyeur while you're getting your ass kicked by an octopus. It sounds great. I love the complexities of this plan. Like, I just love that it's like we're gonna like effectively be like scalping tickets to an unauthorized event that they also need to buy an entry ticket to get into. And if they don't have the number of octopi that we request, we're gonna like walk up to like a janitor and be like, hey, can you go in the back and get the rest of them? Like we're in a fucking Skechers or something. Yeah, I'm
Jill
happy.
says she volunteered at the aquarium. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
There we
Well,
go.
then, Jill, you know where they
in.
keep all the extra octopi.
Then you could do commentating.
I could commentate. Okay.
Yeah. You got the setup for it.
I do. They got little. I was telling you last week. They got little microphones we could put on these headphones, so we could just literally just be sitting here like wrestling commentators with a fucking little microphone right in our face instead of the lav mics. The lav mics hide better. People think you're wearing a pager on your shirt, but
Yeah. I remember when we first started wearing those. The questions.
somebody asked like, why is Ryan wearing a pager on his shirt? Like,
and I had no fun quippy remark. It was just like, oh, it's my microphone.
Jill says the place in Lockport has piranhas.
Oh, dude, yeah. They're so little, you can fight them.
I might lose a finger or two.
You don't need that. You're just a drummer.
I use both my feet and my fingers.
You can get prosthetic drumsticks attached to the end of your arms.
Johnny Drumsticks hands.
That's right. You can rock without limbs, man. Fucking Nubs does.
Cadillac has an ad in the Super Bowl this year with Edward Scissorhands' son. I saw it on Twitter the other day.
Edward Scissorhands' son.
Yeah,
Edward Baby Scissorhands.
What was it? His name was like Edgar or something.
Edgar Safety Scissors Hands.
Right? He had the scissor hands, just like I don't know. I don't think I ever actually like sat through that whole movie.
I mean, I think the easy joke there that's been told a million times is childbirth must have been exhausting and painful for the mother.
Right. I don't know if I ever saw that whole movie all the way through, but I did watch a shit ton of fucking movies over the last week.
Yeah, that's right. You're working through that extended docket of the greatest films ever made.
250, according to IMDb, the 250 greatest movies. And like, last week I watched like Taxi Driver. I never saw that before. I know you said you haven't seen that, right?
I have not.
Yeah.
I have a massive gaping void where there should be movie knowledge. I watch some movies obsessively and ignore other ones. Like I've never seen The Godfather.
I haven't either. It's on the list. Godfather 1 and 2.
Yep.
What I've been doing is like I've been avoiding like movies that have sequels also on the list if I can, because it's just like I'll just watch those at once. And I did that over the weekend with Alien and Aliens, which I had never seen before. So I watched those, and then right after that I watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
What did you watch last night?
Last night I watched Before Sunset, because the night before I watched Before Sunrise. No, Before Sunrise, whatever was the first one I watched the other night, and then the second one I watched last night. There's a third one that's not on the list, but after watching those, I'm like, shit, I want to watch this third one, but it's not available for free, so I'm like, I'm not going to go out of my way to fucking watch this movie.
It's only one of the greatest movies ever made. Why would I pay for it?
Well, it's not on the list. That's the thing. Is like the first two were on the list, so I'm like, okay, this one must not be as good as the first two. And I didn't like. I just was looking for something. Like I was hitting the random number generator. I'm like, I got like an hour and a half to watch movies. So I'm gonna find something that's like 90 minutes to maybe like 105 minutes long that I can watch for free. And I came across Before Sunset, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this. Not realizing that it had a sequel also on the list. Until, like, after the fact, I went on fucking Wikipedia, and it's like, oh, it's part of the Before trilogy. I'm like, what the fuck? Never heard of this. Like,
That's another one I have not seen. I've heard of that shit, though.
so I was like, all right, so now that I've watched this one, now I'm going to watch the second one. Because it's a very dialogue-heavy film, and it's a very like romantic film. If you're a hopeless romantic, you can clearly see why this is one of the top 250 films or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I gotta watch the sequel. So I watched the sequel last night, and now I'm like, I gotta find the third one eventually. But I'm not like, it's not on the list, so I don't have to watch it, and I'm not gonna go out of my way.
You should just solicit someone to have you do one of those quick movie review YouTube things, and then you can learn about it and make some money.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but I've just been watching movies.
Nice,
Like,
man.
just in my free time. So I'm just like, all right, what can I watch now? Let me hit random. And so that's been pretty much what I've been doing. What the fuck else did I watched? A movie from the 1940s. It's called To Be or Not to Be. It's about a group of actors in Warsaw right at the start of the German invasion. And they get caught up with the Nazis, and they have to dress up like Nazi officers and try and fool the Nazis. And it's actually really entertaining. I didn't expect it to be, but I'm just like, oh man, this is actually really fucking good. I watched it like right after I watched Taxi Driver. And like Taxi Driver is like nothing fucking happens in that movie until like right before the end. It doesn't even happen right at the end. There's still like 10 minutes after the big scene, the big climactic scene. But it's like, man, this is like, you can see why it's so highly ranked, but there's like nothing to it. And then I watched Platoon.
Okay.
Thank you, John. I watched Platoon, which is Charlie Sheen in Vietnam in a non-comedy role. And Steph was like looking for something to watch. And she goes, oh, what are you watching right now? I'm like, I'm watching Platoon. She's like, how is it? I said, well, it's basically like the Vietnam scenes in Forrest Gump without the kick-ass soundtrack. And then 5 seconds after I said that, fucking White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane starts playing. I'm like, oh, never mind, there it is. And then she starts watching Forrest Gump, so I'm like, as soon as Platoon's over, I'm like, where are you at in this movie? I'm gonna watch the rest of it with you. And she's like, oh, it's New Year's and Jenny's in California. I'm like, all right, cool. So watch the end of Forrest Gump, even though I've seen it a million times.
See, I haven't seen that flick since I was like fucking 7 years old or something. Although we were just in Arizona a couple months ago. I should say just. It was like 3-4 months ago. But we, on the border of Arizona and Utah, they have a spot called Forrest Gump Point that you can stop at, which is where he gives up and is like, I'd like to go home now.
Okay.
And we were standing there. There were like 15 people. There were dudes like doing backflips and filming it and stuff. People running up and down the street. It's pretty fucking nuts. So maybe I should give the movie another go.
The other movie I watched this week was I watched WALL-E, the Pixar movie.
WALL-E's pretty good.
I never saw it before, and I was like, well, it's a Pixar movie, and it's on this list. It's probably good, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah, well, WALL-E's pretty cool, just for the ability to have like almost like 2 or 3 different movies in one. Because like you've got all those scenes where there's no dialogue, and it's like being told entirely just through, you know, the environment and one character's actions. Pretty interesting. Pretty. I'm not calling it high art, but for a Pixar movie, it's up there.
I was getting. We talked about Castaway last week, which is not on the list, but it's John's favorite movie.
Castaway's a good flick.
And I was getting like total Castaway vibes from like that first half of the movie where there's no dialogue, and it's just like, man, you know, this like it's really, you know, it's good storytelling when there's no fucking dialogue, but you know exactly what's happening.
The ending sucked.
Of Castaway, yeah.
What, the fucking FedEx commercial?
Oh yeah, he did, it just goes to the road. It's like which way he's gonna go, but it's like, that's it. It's over.
Yep.
Well, Before Sunset, which is the first one of those before movies, it ends on a very ambiguous note, just like that, where it's like, well, where you want to know what happens to these characters that you've been invested in through this whole 90 minutes, and that's why I was like really, you know, kind of glad there was a sequel that kind of explains the end of that. And that's what the third movie is going to do, is probably explain the end of the second movie, like what happened after the end of the second movie.
See, you brought up that, what would I do if I was on on an island by myself?
Right.
And I brought up, I watched Castaway because...
What movie would you watch? That was what I asked. And was it Jill that was pointing out
on it?
Was it Jill that was pointing out that you wouldn't be able to watch the DVD on a deserted island because there's no...
I would also just think, like, beyond the logistics of, hooking up some, you know, audio-visual equipment in order to watch a movie from, 1999 or whatever, it would also be a little too on the nose if I was stranded on a desert island watching a movie about a guy stranded on a desert island.
I would know how to survive.
I was going to say, you get tips for survival. Keeping your sanity, you got to find a fucking volleyball somewhere.
Yeah, right. Make best friends with an inanimate squirrel. Yeah, I don't know how much I would learn from watching Castaway, but hey, it is a good flick, man.
It is. It was. I remember when I ordered the Blu-ray and it was being shipped FedEx. I'm like, that's a bad sign.
That's got to be a sketch someone has done, right? Like
trying to order the DVD and
and the plane goes down and they're opening the boxes to see what they can use, and it's a copy of fucking Castaway. Like the irony,
right?
I know this is gonna end.
Jill wants to know, if you're all sitting at a table, what would be your preferred table height for eating?
Dude, I don't know. I don't even have like anything fun to say about that, except like it would be like chest height, like slightly below chest height, like a bar, like
somewhere right around here.
Yeah, it's I want to sit at a place where I can have my elbows on, you know, the table, the bar, but not on top of it, so I can be relaxed.
I'll tell you, I got the adjustable desk here, and this is the height that I eat at, is down here, so most of the time, you know.
Pretty low, man.
I could raise it up, I suppose, but, you know.
Even like our dining room table's got probably maybe like 10 inches on that, and I kind of just prefer it. I don't know, like something about...
I mean, I really, like, unless I'm at a restaurant or something, I'm not really eating at a table. I'm usually like just sitting at the desk with a bowl in my hand watching YouTube or something, you know? Like,
Yeah, see, that makes more sense because it's like if that's a table and I've got like a bowl of soup or I've got like a salad and I need to like hunch over it and like
Sure.
lean down on it and not be able to look at the person I'm talking to, or more likely because I'm antisocial, the fucking sports game that I'm watching. Like, I don't know, I don't want to hunch over. Just right up here, nice and easy, eat my food, watch my TV, drink my beer. Sorry, John, I nudged
No,
you.
you're good.
yeah, I mean, I don't really think about the table height because I'm just like sitting here. Usually I got fast food or something, man. I'm usually like sitting here eating mighty, like.
That 3-cheese nacho burrito, man.
So it's just like, it's sitting right here where the DJ controller is while we're doing the show, but it's sitting right here and I'll just grab my fucking burrito and just, you know, like, I ain't nothing that I need a fucking table for. So yeah, probably higher than, but yeah, probably like right about here, maybe.
Oh,
So
man.
does Laura say that Home Alone 5 is listed 40 times on the list of 250 movies?
She does say that.
I don't. So
I can confirm that that is not accurate.
yeah, I that's not even a movie, Laura. We've been over this like ad nauseum.
John's seen it.
You're tricking yourself.
Got a new drum set.
Ooh, look at that. That's sexy. I'm not going to show them though.
No, they got to come on February 19th next Sunday.
That's fucking hot, man. I like it.
You gonna play that? You gonna play that next
love
Sunday?
it.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice, dude. Yeah, new gear is always fucking great.
Next Sunday we're at Stamps.
Stamps.
We're
Sunday.
opening for Protein Fire, who were playing before us. They're the headliners. They're the name on the flyer. They're the name on all the tickets. We're a support act that's playing after they're done. But we're playing right after them, so it's kind of like it's like that Super Bowl lead-in effect, right? So
Yeah.
like, you know, this Sunday you watch the Super Bowl, and then Fox is going to be like, here's the new Gordon Ramsay show, right? So like, you know, and the reason they put a show in that spot is so that the millions of people who are tuned in to watch the Super Bowl stick around and watch, you know, at least get a chance to watch that show. So now you got us on right after the headliners. So that's just it. Like, you got the headliners that are gonna bring all the people in, supposedly, and they're gonna stick around and see a couple of songs from us and be like, do we want to stay for the rest of this band? Or do we want to go the fuck home and then nobody's there for whoever the fuck's after us? Because we're the second to last band. Here's the heaviest death metal band, followed by this drunken chick rapping.
I like it. Mixed genre show. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always talking about, you know, you gotta order the bands properly when you do that. To just have the flow.
Yes.
Oh
Like-
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, we've got Haunted Gypsy on this show, who is, according to the list, I have Haunted Gypsies going on right before them too, and she's a solo act singing. Like,
We gotta try to get on a show with Shambles.
yeah, we do. We've been trying.
We really fucking do need to. Like, I gotta say, like, I got some shows I might plug later, and I don't know. We all have severe, what is it called? We're lazy fucking idiots, and basically we don't play shows until someone reaches out to us, so we need to start changing that and booking our own, because we will absolutely play with you guys, but we had a couple people reach out to us to jump on their bills, so that's why we got stuff lined up, but... Yeah, we like to watch a lot of football and hockey and drink beer. We should play more music, honestly. That's what you should do as a band.
I reached out to a promoter. I'm not naming names, but I reached out to a promoter. I'm like, get us a Saturday in like June at Mohawk. Mm-hmm. Put us, Murder, and hopefully Johnny Revolting on this bill. Mm-hmm. Well, the promoter gets back to me. They're like, oh, I booked this date in June. And I'm like, is that a Saturday? They're like, no, it's a Friday. I'm like, we can't fucking play it. like, oh, well, book the other bands I said to book.
Look at the words in my sentence. I very specifically phrased it this way. Yeah, man. It's tough. Well, it's hard too, you know, competing for venue space. Like, that's the other fucking thing is like we would probably be more proactive, but Ethan's got to be in love and go up to Canada every fucking weekend to see his wonderful girlfriend who we all adore. Like, that's not sarcasm. We genuinely do. But it's like, yeah, like, booking a show. Hey, Heath, you want to play? No. Gonna be a candidate.
Jill's in the chat. Jill is angry about the fact that, you know, they booked a Friday and they didn't, you know, we can't play this bill that I pitched. But, like, I'm not mad about it. Like, I don't care. Go, like, I think it's because it was a concept show. And I don't begrudge this promoter for using this concept because it was something we booked a couple of years ago that just didn't happen because of fucking COVID. So, like, yeah, go ahead. Like, yeah, go ahead with this idea. It's cool. It's fine with me. I know Jill's upset about it, but I'm not. So, you want to see us in June? We're playing on my fucking porch.
Punk rock, baby.
I don't know how the fuck we're fitting John's kid up on the porch, but we're doing an electric set out here.
You play a tambourine.
We're doing an electric set. Oh, she wanted to wrap in a dress. That's why she's upset about it. Okay. We'll hit something up around October and we'll call it fucking homecoming. We'll do that. We'll come up with an excuse to dress nice and play a show. She bought John a tutu.
Damn it, I want to wear it.
Why not? That's fucking great.
No, he said he wants to wear it.
Oh, you want to? I thought you said I don't want to wear it.
No, that's great.
Well, I take it back. That's awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll be there.
Make sure it's pink.
Feel a
Put
fairy
a little
one, too.
skull on it, a little brain dead skull on it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Slap hands!
I'm redoing the merch store to have it like all on one server with our own website. So like, you know, I don't have to have two different SSL certificates to secure the fucking technical bullshit. But I'm redoing the store, so I'm like redoing all the merch to import it back into the store. And I've got a couple of new designs that are gonna go up when I put that up. So I'll show you during the song break. But
Okay.
But yeah.
You're
making moves, man.
Your Gene Keeney is for music is art. I think that's what she's trying to say.
Okay, my Gene Keeney, gotcha.
You can wear Gene Keeney at Music is Art.
Hey. If Mark Hoppus wears a
We couldn't get Camp
a
Punksylvania,
Speedo
so
during
Music
all
is
the
Art is
small
our
things,
fucking
I can wear
consolation.
So I've never heard the term Gene Keeney. Is that what I think it is? Is that
Yes.
a denim top and a denim? Wow. The height of fashion. My goodness.
Yeah.
How was I not aware of this?
So is that
wonderful
so
creation?
like if all denim is a Canadian tuxedo, is that a Canadian bikini?
I've never heard that expression either.
You never
Canadian tuxedo is all denim.
Yeah, like a denim jacket and a denim
God.
like jeans, like yeah, that's a Canadian
Trevor Corey
tuxedo.
smokes. Let's go. Jesus Christ.
We're teaching Ryan about fashion today. on
just the
Things-
bottom for John. Okay.
just the bottoms.
That's right. Let them bad boys free, buddy.
Just the bottoms for John.
Oh, I better get drunk for that.
We're not here to promote Ryan's show. We're here to educate him about fashion,
Fuck yeah, dude.
particularly Canadian fashion.
I know they call beanies toques. I thought
Yes.
that was all I was going to need to know. Oh, and they call couches Chesterfields, which is kind of fucking weird. But yeah, I don't know, man. I love them up north. They're,
Maybe a nice Chesterfield or
I love our friends up north. They have just the like perfect amount of weirdness and sarcasm to their daily existence that I feel like I fit right in with. Like here, everyone's all sincere and shit, man. Fuck that. I want to eat French fries covered in gravy, and I want to be really nice and also a giant asshole all the time. That sounds great to me.
So Friday night at Mr. Goodbar downstairs is gonna be Shambles.
Hell yeah! I didn't know it was us. All right, thank you. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. We're fucking playing downstairs. We're doing a Blink-182 cover set. It's going to be one of our last exclusively Blink cover sets for a while now because we're booking some other shows I'll tell you about a little later. But we're getting back to originals. But this one's going to be a blast, man. We're doing all of Enema of the State. We're doing a bunch off Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, Dude Ranch, a couple off Cheshire Cat. Come hang out. It's going to be awesome. Gimme Gimme's opening it up. They're fantastic. And yeah, we're gonna go late, man. So doors at 9 and probably be off stage at 1:30 or 2. So come hang out.
I think I got the gimme sunglasses up on the shelf somewhere behind you. I don't know
Oh,
where,
yeah?
but I think I got them somewhere back there from their first show. I went to their first show.
Yeah, they're cool guys, man. They sound fucking great.
I mean, I'll tell you, I love you guys' Blink covers and your what was the other band you did? Alkaline Trio.
Yeah.
I love when you guys do the cover sets. I really do. But I really love when you do Shambles sets. So I'm looking forward to you going back to doing Shambles sets. And since we can't play covers or, mainstream music on the show, we picked one of your originals to play.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. We love doing the cover sets, and we know other people like them, but we also love playing our own stuff, and we think it's really time to get back to start focusing on that. So this will be, like I said, our last Blink cover show for a while, and we have one more cover show coming up in March, and then it's just going to be, I think, straight back to Shambles. So, yeah.
That's what I mean, like, one of the first nights we were in that spot that we're in now, like, we were getting set up, and I'm just sitting there listening to you guys play down the hall and just singing along with all the Shambles songs. Just, I'm like, I know these guys. Like,
we're proud as hell of those albums, man, and we're going to try to get back and show them some of the love they deserve.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This one's off of the first one, and it's called Rut-Ra.
It is indeed.
And here it is on All WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show.
The society in which you're right, depending on your listing. As long as you keep playing this game with your eyes closed. And when you finally decide to say, you realize this ain't where you want to be. They're the shepherd, you're just a sheep. You want to be treated like an animal. You're the animal. You're a fucking bird. And when you finally decide to say, you realize this ain't where you want to be. There's a shepherd, you're just a sheep. You want to be treated like an animal. You're the animal. You're a fucking pig. And when you finally decide to say, realize this ain't where you want to be. They're the shepherd, you're just a sheep. You want to be treated like an animal. You're the animal. You're a fucking pig.
a Shambles set, and then
They're in the middle of a conversation. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, who was that band? That band fucking sucks. Come on. Fuck Shambles.
I don't know why we got feedback. Okay, it's gone. I
every
don't
time
know.
you walk past your door, we say "fuck Shambles."
Fucking right. That's our motto. Fuck Shambles, baby. Nah, man, that's yeah. Thanks for playing us. Thanks for having me on.
Of
And yeah,
course,
man,
dude.
I'm excited to get back to some originals. Like even like just listening back to that, like we were talking about it during the break. Like I remember like Joey showing up to practice with like, yo, I've got the verses to this song, and we got to just write some shit. And we wrote all those other like instrumental parts around it. And I don't know. That was when I was like, oh, we got something, man. We fucking got something. So. Yeah, man, we're back to writing. We got like 4 new songs ready, and we're trying to do another EP or album. So hopefully by the time we play in May, we'll have that. But if not, whatever. But this weekend, yeah, man, Blink-182 cover
Which means
set.
we got to get our shit going so that we can beat them to Jay's studio.
That's right. We got to book that fucking studio time, man. Who gave us the poop and pee? Shambles, poops and peas, dicks and ass, baby.
That's Hugsy H Jeans says that.
Hugsy H Jeans.
But that show Friday night, February 10th, 9 p.m. at Good Bar downstairs. $5 to get in, 21 and up. Flats greater than drums.
Of course.
Fuck Shambles. Anyway.
Fuck Shambles. And that is correct. Flats are greater than drums. I will argue that to the death.
It's all in the... See, they got all the information in the event page. That's what we want out of bands, is all the information in the event page.
What can I say, man?
I pulled this up during the like 10 minutes that Facebook was down earlier. You could tell because like the fucking images aren't coming up.
What can I say, man? We're professional communicators. You need to understand the chicken wing situation.
We tend to have an issue where we pull up event pages and there's no information.
Oh yeah, lately, yeah.
Where it's just like, here's where the show is, here's who's playing, but
Yes.
it doesn't say how much, it doesn't say the ages, it doesn't say, their wing preferences. So,
Yeah.
I
Doors
mean,
at this
so I
time.
mean, it doesn't have catchphrases in there.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, man. They're a bunch of fucking amateurs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta go hang out
So
with the pros.
we've been advocating for bands to start putting all the information in their event pages, so that when we're sitting here trying to promote these events, we have the information we could give to our listeners and viewers or whatever. Like
That's right. Sing it loud. Shout it from the rooftops. Flats better than drums. 21 plus.
Laura says, we should have swapped chairs.
Just musical chairs every break.
I guess.
You just show up. We're in different spots. I'm hosting the show now. Who wants to hear my weird opinions about junk food?
I think I kind of need to be in this spot since all the gear is over here to run the show.
Oh yeah, that would be a catastrophe.
Put John over here. We'll be trying to come back from the song break. All the mics are still off.
I'm just picturing the scene in Wayne's World where Wayne walks out. You're like,
He
Garth,
has
just
it
like,
too.
Do I have that one on here?
Yeah, you do.
Good call.
Nope, that's not it. I thought, do I have that one? I don't have that one, but I have.
Did you ever see that scene in Scanners when that dude's head blew up?
Is this Garf sitting on the couch and that's playing?
Yeah.
The camera's guys saying
He doesn't
that?
have headphones, so he can,
Yeah, I don't have headphones. I heard it just briefly. No,
he
it's
can
all right, buddy.
kind of hear it through ours, but like, yeah, because like when the mics go on, the monitors go off, so we don't have feedback. So
Yeah, speaking of that, how am I coming through? Am I
you're
loud
good.
enough?
You're
Do I need to
good.
talk louder?
Oh yeah,
Should
you're
I
good.
yell?
No,
you're
you're good.
All right, sweet.
You're good. Yeah.
Look at that.
I mean, you've used that mic enough to know how to use that mic, so you know.
Tell you, it's the luck of the Irish, man. I'm just getting it right without even trying.
We did. We had the Last Rain in here a couple of months ago, and I happen to have some wireless mics that we had just bought for Living Brain Dead. They hadn't made it to the practice spot yet, so I was like, oh, I guess I could probably use one of these for them to use, and just the whole time, just one of them was holding it, and nobody's talking into it. It's
Well,
like, oh, this is fun.
We had the Last Train, but we also had the whole band of the
All
Living Brain
of the
Dead.
Living Brain Dead were also in here, yes.
So it was crowded.
That's a tight fit, man.
It was really hot.
It's a fucking clown car.
I picked the wrong day to wear a leather jacket.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, dude. I took off that overshirt I was wearing. I can't imagine wearing leather in here. Holy shit. Believe it or not, it's extremely hot.
It is warm in here, yeah. Some days it gets really fucking cold, and other days it's just, man, it's too fucking hot. I need to turn the heat down. Like, I mean, over the weekend, man, it was like 0 outside, and it was like, okay, it's kind of nice in here.
It sucked when you had long hair, and it was really hot outside, like Nashville.
Oh,
Ever since I
God.
cut my hair, it's like,
He knows about Nashville heat.
Hot. Nashville's awesome, but yeah, it's fucking hot as balls down there.
By the way, John, I have they're gonna text me a pre-sale code for SummerSlam in Detroit.
it's in Detroit.
We're going to Detroit.
We're going to Detroit.
That'll be my first time going to Detroit
Get it up.
this year.
So we're doing SummerSlam every year.
I think we're gonna do SummerSlam unless WrestleMania is closer to us than
Okay.
fucking Los Angeles.
Going
Like,
to Detroit.
yeah, like Los Angeles is. I don't want to fly out to California. I don't have the money for that right now. So we're gonna fucking.
Well, this time we won't have a buddy pass, so.
Who fucking cares? We didn't use it. It
didn't
didn't help
use
us
it.
last time anyway.
No, it didn't help us last time. We would have messed the whole
God
pay-per-view.
damn it. What the fuck was the? If anything, he should have got us on standby for the fucking way home
Yeah.
and bought us an actual ticket there, so we didn't have to worry about missing the fucking event.
Yes.
Thank
Dick.
I am so thankful that lady fucking was like, yeah, I happen to have the website up. Let me take care of you. You know, like otherwise we wouldn't have fucking made that show. There's no
That
fucking
guy I
way.
brought to the Sabres game
Yeah.
went downhill, so, like,
Oh, no.
became an asshole, so.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
hear that.
all
Well, that's
good.
why we moved in next door to you guys.
Oh, okay.
I had to get out.
Jeez.
But that's why John is now repping Buffalo Sabres gear.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
come
Yeah,
home.
you flipped so quickly. Sabres suddenly start playing well, and you're on the winning team.
Well,
now.
he also his ties to Tampa Bay were cut, so
Yes.
Good. Sever all of those ties.
Yes.
John is now like
I already gave the hat to my dogs.
Hell yeah, right where it belongs.
Oh, how's your dog?
He's good, man. It's fucking great. Milo's doing. Yeah, he's pretty good. He was at day camp today while I was at work, and I went to pick him up. He was excited to see me, but I was watching him on the camera, and he was frolicking. It might not be that interesting for everybody else for me to describe my dog, but I love that little motherfucker more than life itself, and he's kicking ass. And I was actually going to reference him when we were talking about. Joe was saying it was just cold as all get out over the weekend. Like, Milo is mostly rat terrier. He wants to go outside and chase squirrels and run around and dig holes and shit. So he begs to go outside. I open the door. He takes one step out and starts shaking. I guess the expression would be like a shitting dog, except he's not even shitting. Like, he's just standing there outside my door, twitching, begging. Oh, I just spit. Sorry, guys. Whoops. I'm an idiot. No, he is just shaking outside the door, begging to go back in. And I'm like, dude, you gotta poop. Like, come on. Listen. So
My
I don't
dog
know.
does the same thing.
Yeah, dude. Dogs are the fucking best, man. Probably the greatest thing I've done in my life to get a dog.
your dog was on one of the Shambles flyers, right?
Yeah, we put him on all of them somewhere, but we did, for our first show back after COVID, the whole flyer was Milo up the side wearing a Shambles hoodie. Now most of our posters have something more specific to the show that we're doing, but we will always put somewhere in the corner a little picture of Milo wearing the hoodie. And
that's cute.
eventually I'll do the Milo wearing the hoodie as a sticker, but right now we've got a sticker of him laying in a bed and it just says Shambles over the top.
How old is he now?
He's going to be 3 in May.
Nice.
I have
3-year-old
that
dog.
flyer over here somewhere, and I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I got a couple of them in my dining room. If you can't find it, I'll bring you another one.
Yeah, no, I know I have it. It's either on this shelf or it's on the one by John. I don't know. It's somewhere. Ever since because I had to build a new shelf over here, and it was on the bottom shelf. So it's probably still over here somewhere, but I don't know. Anyway,
All good, man.
Yeah.
I won't fault you for not keeping Shambles memorabilia close at hand. I understand it. That's the type of thing you
that's
gotta
the thing.
sleep with,
Whenever
you know?
anybody asks me, who's your favorite local band, I always say Shambles.
Dude, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It feels good. Yeah, man. Dude, we're proud of the shit that we put out, and we are pretty confident that we put on a good show, and I think we're in general fun and nice people. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate anybody who wants to come check us out. All our shit is online. It's all free. I know that's not a crazy thing these days. Most people's shit is free now, but yeah, it's all free. Check us out. Shambles Buffalo on Facebook, Shambles the band on Instagram, and yeah, thanks, Joe. Really appreciate it, man. Your support throughout this whole thing has been awesome. Like, I remember that day too. I'm getting nostalgic now. we were fucking talking last night that like Shambles has been a band for Jesus. Like, we're in our 6th year now, and we're coming up on the 6th anniversary of our EP. But like, I remember when we put the EP out and getting like a notification on my phone that was your show, and you're like, this week we're playing Shambles, and like, I was like, holy shit! Like, someone cares. This is amazing. Like, it was like 2 weeks after we released the disc or something, and you just threw it up, and then we played that show at the Irish Center.
Right. Well, I mean,
and
that's why I played you guys, because you were playing at the Irish Center. I'm like, I don't know this band. Let me put this band on instead of like playing Wyatt Coyne for the 6 billionth time. and I was like, oh man, these guys are pretty good. And you had the fucking Brett Hall song, and I'm just like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, all right, I like this band. And then you reached out to me right after that, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to that show. I'll see you there. And so then, like, I watched you guys play, and then I approached you, and we just kind of fucking, hit it off right then. And then you guys played the Of Night and Light fucking tour kickoff show at
that's right, at
Sugar City.
Sugar City, yeah.
And
R.I.P.
And just you were like in the middle of the room, and we had a little table set up we were doing like a live broadcast or some shit from there, and like. But we were both watching the Sabres game on our phones.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Rasmus Dahlin scored his first goal that night. Yep. And I looked at you, and you looked at me, and we were like, yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, sorry, Cam. I watched most of your set, but I had to watch the last, 7 minutes of that fucking Sabres game.
It was hard to get reception in Sugar City enough to watch the hockey game, but we were doing it.
God, man. That show was a blast.
That was the night I learned you know how to floss.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. That's what you get for having a family with a bunch of kids, man. I don't have this thing in me. I don't want to be beaten by children. I don't like them to think that they know something that I don't. So it's like...
You're like, I'm going to learn how to floss.
Yeah, they learn something that they think is cool. I'm going to figure it out and do it until they think it's lame. Like, just gonna ruin everyone's fun.
We're at like Sabres games, and I like not even there together, but I'm just, they got like the floss cam. I'm like, I wonder if Ryan's gonna pop up on there.
I'll give them their moment there. I can tell you, I probably would end up there as a like approaching middle-aged, half-drunk idiot. Like, yeah, they'd probably be like, oh, put this guy on the screen. This is gonna be great.
So have we been to a game this season?
Yeah, I think, did we go to the Lightning?
Was that last year, or was that this? That was last year. We went to that game. We went to the Tampa game this season.
Yeah.
We haven't been to a game. We got to fucking fix that.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we
Three
do.
Of us
need
to go to a game.
I've only been to a couple this year, honestly. I went to the Arizona game where they got fucking blown out. I went to the Kings game where they scored 6 goals in the third period, which was fucking awesome.
I think that was one of the ones I went to. I've been to a few this year.
Yeah, they were wearing the black and red, and they won 6-0. It was 0-0 entering the third, and they scored 6 goals. None of them empty netters. Like, all of them earned goals. It was fucking great. Yeah, I went to the Carolina Hurricanes game a week ago. They fucking lost. They got blown the fuck out, and I'm going on a Saturday with my brother and his girlfriend and my cousin.
Right. How do you feel about the white pants?
I was going to say that shit earlier when we were talking about the reverse retro. It's such a beautiful jersey, and as soon as you put those white pants on it, it's ridiculous. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you look like you're a fucking, like a nurse's aide or something with a buffalo on your shirt. It doesn't make any sense. It's such an ugly color combination. And like, I think the one thing that might have been better is if they sealed the bottom of it with, instead of those yellow triangles, they put a blue ring around it and made a cutoff. I think it might actually be like aesthetically more pleasing. But as it stands right now, I fucking hate them.
I mean, I don't understand the white pants, because when they were wearing those jerseys, they had You know, the white when they were wearing the white jerseys, they had black pants. So why not blue pants with these?
Yeah.
I think we were watching the first game they played. We were here. We were doing the podcast. We had it up on the screen
I
here.
was laughing about it because if they were in the white pants, remember they shit themselves.
It looks like, oh, yeah.
It's gonna show.
Right. Someone fucking hip checks you and you just, shit your ass right there with those white pants. Not smart.
Hugsy H. Jeans wants to know, wait, what's that band called? I can't find them on Spotify. Is it Shambles?
Shambles.
Hey, I'll Rochambeau you, Huggy. Shambles, baby. At Shambles the band on Instagram, Shambles Buffalo Facebook, and on Spotify, whatever. Look for either the Big Blue Water Tower or the Grain Elevator. Those are our album covers. Shambles.
Right, not the other 3 Shambles albums that I found.
Oh, 3, you're being generous. Like the other, like fucking 17.
Well,
there's 1,000 Shambles out there.
Specifically, I click on Shambles and I got like 5 fucking albums, and I'm like, I know these 2 are the ones I'm looking for, but there's one from like 2003. I'm like, that's not them.
Yeah, just type Shambles Buffalo, baby.
But we do all the music through the show, typically through Tidal, and like I just type in Shambles and I click on artist and I find you guys, and it's like, here's 5 albums from Shambles. I'm like, yeah, 2 of those are the ones I'm looking for.
Well, we just got to put out more albums, you know.
I guess
dilute the pool a little bit more.
I guess.
Well, we'll have one coming eventually. I'll be on the show 5 years from now. Hey, we're still working. We got like 5 songs now, not 4.
It's still better than some generic name like Once Upon a Time or some shit.
I heard of that name before.
I remember those guys. They sucked.
Yeah, they did.
Their drummer was a douche.
No.
He was not a douche, John. He looked a lot like you, though.
People have said, yeah.
Or Living Brain Dead, says Laura.
I remember that band. Their bass player was a douche. Thank God they got that Joe guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because, like, we just put out a single last year and, like, 2 of the people that were on it are no longer in the band. Because you were on that one, right? You recorded Cat Girls with us.
I was, yeah. I'm expecting lots of royalty checks. I'm hoping I'll be able to retire shortly. So get your ass in gear, buddy.
I sing backup now for that.
What's that?
He
You sing backup now for that?
Yeah.
Holy shit. You know, I don't know if I've ever heard you sing. I know you do sing. From what I understand, you sang like a metal band and shit.
John can sing. John can sing, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I believe it. I haven't heard you. I'd like to hear it. Serenade me.
I had John's microphone last night.
Oh, well. You're right.
I had John's microphone last night because, like,
oh yeah,
Jill didn't want to let me take the time to put new batteries in mine. So she just handed me John's. And I was like, all right, but doesn't John need this? And she's like, nah, John doesn't need that. So, like, I had to sing John's backup parts in Cat Girls.
How'd it go? He's like, oh, yeah, all right. That well, huh?
So when I saw you guys for the first time, I was like, Joe, I didn't know Ryan could sing.
That's the thing. I can't. I don't know how that happened. It was fucking, yeah. All the planets aligned.
Then I saw you, Mr. Goodbar, and you lost your voice because you went to the Bills game.
Yeah. That was rough, dude. We were fucking... I think I got through the album itself okay. Like, we played Alkaline Trios From Here to Infirmary front to back. And then we played a bunch of tunes off of, like, what is it, Crimson, and some shit off of...
I think you did, like, 2 or 3 Blink songs.
Yeah, and, like, by the time we got to, like, Mercy Me off Crimson, I just couldn't do it, and Ethan had to cover my parts, which actually worked out because Ethan's a better singer than me anyway, so... I don't know why I keep sticking myself in there to do vocals. I should do less of that, but, hey, Joey and Ethan keep letting me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, this fucking weekend, man. Like, I sing, like, half the songs. It's a Blink-182 cover show. Why would they let me do this?
I was in the room with you guys last night for, like, 5 minutes, and you're just like, yeah, I just blew out my voice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, don't you have a show Friday?
Yup. No, that was because we played that fucking Descendants cover, though. I always blow out my voice doing that one, which is why we swapped it out. Instead of doing... We're not playing all of Enema. We're swapping out Party Song. You know what it is. No one else will know what we're playing.
Right.
But yeah, I need it. I can't do Party Song after doing that Descendants song. So, yeah.
I mean, you could have learned your lesson from Nietzsche's and, not do the Descendants song.
Fuck that, man. No, that gag is way too good. We ain't letting that shit go.
I own that album because of you.
Yeah, dude, Everything Sucks is a fucking great album.
I was at fucking Revolver and they had a few of them. I'm like, which one? You're like, get fucking Everything Sucks. Like, all right.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
That's the one coming home with me today.
Dude, it's like, Everything Sucks is great because it's like, basically you wouldn't have any type of modern punk rock, but especially you wouldn't have any pop punk without the Descendants because they were like a hardcore band that listened to the Beach Boys. And like, it was cool that like 16 years after they were dropping like Milo Goes to College and shit, and like Milo actually left the band and they became All, and he fucking went off and pursued a career with his PhD as like a chemical scientist at DuPont, came back amidst like these other bands coming up like Newfound Glory, Blink-182, fucking like Limp was kicking around, Lagwagon, No Effects, all that shit, and they drop like a hardcore / pop punk album that's just as good. And it's like, yeah, dude, it's because the Descendants are fucking incredible. Like, they did it first and they still do it best. Like, the end.
You get Ryan going on his favorite bands, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Who do we see where everybody got COVID except the headliners? Was that the fucking Bouncing Souls? And
yeah, that's right. And that ended up being fortuitous because it was supposed to be Bouncing Souls with Pew 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 opening, who we've played with before. One, they're awesome dudes, and two, their music fucking rules. So I was really looking forward to seeing them, and, they all got the Rona, and they're from Toronto, so they couldn't get across the border even. So last minute, I don't know how it happened. I think he might be connected with the waiting room, and he probably knows some dudes from the Bouncing Souls. But Scott Reynolds, who was the second singer of All, lives in Fredonia. So they called him out, and he did an acoustic set, and he played a couple of All songs, and he also played he played like a Ramones tune that should have been cheesy as hell, but he was doing it in that cool voice he has, and was doing it more like a slower fucking jam. I don't know, man. That shit made my night. Like,
dude, I just remember, like, I was there before you, and I had seen this, announcement that, like, a couple of the bands had to drop off, and, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, here's who's replacing them, and I like, the name sounded familiar, and you're just like, dude, really? That's the fucking singer from All? I can't wait. I'm on my way right now. We'll be there in a minute. Like,
dude, we had each just opened a beer, and we were like, we'll get there pretty soon. And we were like, fuck that. We like chugged them and hugged, like went down immediately. Like, I cannot overstate how much I fucking love Scott Reynolds as a singer and a songwriter. And that era of All might be my favorite band of all time. They're just phenomenal. So that was an awesome fucking thing.
So now, do you have your tickets for the next Bouncing Souls show at fucking Town Ballroom?
I do not yet. That one they're playing with Anti-Flag?
Supposedly playing with Anti-Flag. Nobody knows for sure.
Well, need to keep an eye out on that. But yeah, I am gonna scoop tickets to that. I just gotta get a little closer and see whether Natalie needs one. And I think Ethan said he was gonna go. I gotta see if Bree's coming down. We'll figure it out. We'll get the tickets figured out and I'll go.
I bought 2. I'm like, John, are you coming with me? He's like, I don't know. So I texted Karina. I'm like, if John can't go, are you coming with me? Like, I bought 2 tickets. We're going to fucking see the Bouncing Souls. I don't care who I'm going with.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because I fucking saw him at fucking, at waiting room, so now I get to see him at Town Ballroom. Not fucking waiting room, rec room. And I get to, now I get to see him at Town Ballroom. And it's like, I don't know if Anti-Flag's on this show. The last time I saw Anti-Flag, I almost got into a fight, and I was texting you guys the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because, like, I almost got a fight with this dude, and I'm just like, I'm fucking done with this. I'm just here so Karina can enjoy this. But, like, so Town Ballroom, after dark, is like, yeah, it's Anti-Flag and Bouncing Souls. But the flyer for the entire tour, you know how sometimes they'll have, like, this band is on this date if it has a star.
Right. Because they have different support in different cities and shit, yeah.
Right. So Anti-Flag is not listed on the tour flyer. but they're listed on the town ballroom like event, but they're not listed for this on that flyer. So people have been like asking Anti-Flag on social media, like, hey, are you guys playing this show or not? And they're just giving the most vague fucking answers.
Wow.
Like they're not actually saying that they're playing this show or that they're not like confirming or denying.
Come on, man, commit. Like,
It's like I don't know that Anti-Flag is on this show. I don't particularly care if Anti-Flag is on this show. I'm going for the Bouncing Souls.
Like, let me tell you, truthfully, I really don't care all that much because the other bands on that bill are fucking, you know, obviously Bouncing Souls, like legendary, and A Wilhelm Scream is on it, and A Wilhelm Scream is fucking phenomenal. They're actually Jay's favorite band.
You know what? I mentioned to Karina that they were on that show, and she goes, I don't know who they are. I'm like, they got to be good. They're Jay's favorite band.
Yeah. They're fucking phenomenal. I actually saw them open for the Descendants when they played in Buffalo in 2018.
Right.
Fucking great.
I was at that show.
Yeah.
We left during the Descendants because Karina wasn't feeling well, but
I know. And dude, at the end of that fucking show, man, Milo went off stage and Scotty Reynolds fucking came out and they played some all songs. How could you? No, I know Karina wasn't feeling good, but like, dude, they played I think they played Fool and Dot and like, god damn it, I love All so much. But like, yeah, man, I hope Anti-Flag is on it because they are incredible live, and like Chris number 2 is a fucking great bassist, and holy shit does he put on a great live show. But if they're not on it, I'm going anyway.
Right. You're also going to a show this Saturday, is that correct?
Hey, that's fucking right. Yeah, my band's playing on Friday, then I'm going to the hockey game, and then this fucking Saturday night is gonna be Do It With Malice, headlining upstairs at Mr. Good Bar with support from Working Class Stiffs. So between those two, you've basically got Buffalo's best ska punk bands, and then Turkey Blaster Omega, Rochester's finest ska punk band, coming in to open things up. I am going to be at that show. I am going to be drinking about 100 beers and screaming along with all of it. You guys should come the fuck out because, like, that is a prime lineup. Like, I don't know how frequently you're going to get that. So go to that show. It's going to fucking rock.
You ever tell them the story about the Working Class Stiffs?
We'll talk about it when we come back. Or we'll just talk about it during the song break, because they've probably heard it. But anyway,
they heard it.
So Saturday night, doors at 8 p.m., music at 9 p.m. upstairs, Mr. Good Bar, $10 at the door. Tickets also available via Do It With Malice. And that is Do It With Malice, Working Class Stiffs, and Turkey Blaster Omega. And this is Do It With Malice. And this song is called Commodity on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
That
Do It With Malice on all WNY Think So Joe Show. I think that might have been the first time we've played them.
Dude, they're so fucking good, man. I was actually texting. Chris reached out to me a little while back because I bumped into him at Philly when we were going to see Streetlight back in, God damn it. I don't even remember when that was. Not important. Ancillary detail I did not need to get into, and now I'm diverted. But yeah, I bumped into him, and he was like, yeah, I've heard your band and shit, so I'm you know, we were just texting back and forth about that, and I told him, I was like, dude, like, so you're in Do It With Malice. Like, I remember seeing you guys when I first came to Buffalo in 2007, and they opened for Zox, which, if you guys remember Zox, they were that band on Side One Dummy that was like a three-piece, they were a four-piece, but it was like a three-piece band with a fiddle player, and they played, it was not like Yellow Card, it was more like Pixies-esque with punk rock. But Do It With Malice opened, and it blew me the fuck away. And I remember they gave me some stickers, and I put one on my laundry basket, and I still have it. And I sent him a picture, and he got a massive kick out of it. But I guess point being, that band has been around for a while, in and out of playing consistently, and they're fucking great. Like, go see them. They are absolutely worth it.
That is Saturday night, $10 at the door at Mr. Good Bar upstairs. Hope they get a good sound guy.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Hope they get Smidge, man. Smidge is the man.
Smidge is the shit, dude. Yeah. I like all the Good Bar crew, man. Like, we've been playing there so much. So what happens when you start playing cover songs? Suddenly you play a Good Bar all the time. I don't know. It's fucking crazy, but they're good people there, man. It's a cool joint. And
yeah.
They're going to sound good. And then, yeah, I mean, fucking Working Class Stiffs always sounds fucking great. And, you know, I might be biased because my brother is the drummer, but, like, Turkey Blaster Omega, in my opinion, is, like, one of the finest ska bands I have heard just come out in the last couple of years, but definitely Rochester's finest. They're fan-fucking-tastic. So go to that show. I'll be there. I'll scream along with you.
We played Turkey Blaster a few weeks ago, and, like, not realizing that the end of their song was just, the fucking dude who plays Master Shake on fucking Aqua Teen.
Yeah. That's fucking
like,
right.
oh, hey, the song's already over, so we're just gonna turn this off now.
Dude, that oh my god, that shit was amazing. My sister's a cosplayer, and she was at a cosplay a con, and there was what's his name, Dana Snyder, the guy that voices Shake, was there, and she, you know, you go up, you get an autograph, and he will record a thing for you. And she was like, make fun of my brother Kyle because it's his favorite TV show. And you just trash Turkey Blaster Omega. And Shambles got some Crossfire, but it was mostly just blasting Turkey Blaster, and it was great.
I remember hearing when, like, you guys had put out what he said about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy sounds familiar, and I didn't realize, like, oh shit, that's actually the dude that plays Master Shake.
It was
like
Dana fucking Snyder, man. Yeah. God, that show's fucking great.
Called you out for, we don't know how to play our instruments, so we're going to start a punk band. Like, hey.
Yeah.
Like that.
We still don't know how to play our instruments.
Say that hits home.
Dude, I don't, like, we've gotten to a point now where we can reference the root note of a chord progression, but I'm like, okay, so it starts on A, and then what is it, 7? 9? Okay.
I can't even tune my own drum set.
We just bought John a drum tuner. We haven't put batteries in it yet.
Hopefully to work on it.
Yeah.
You don't got to tune drums. That's not punk rock.
We got him
I can't go a half step down. How do you guys do this?
He got a drum tuner. Jill got a fucking vocal tuner, like trainer thing. Like,
yeah, she could change her voice.
Really?
Yeah, like demon voice or.
Oh, man.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
But yeah, no, she's got one of those too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got one of those.
She doesn't use it anymore though. I
I
bought her the fucking cable to plug it into the fucking cube, and she doesn't use it. So.
Is it like the pitch corrector thing you're talking about? Like, I know the other thing is, it like changes your voice, but
no, it's supposed to, like, you know, train her how to fucking hit specific notes and shit. So I think
I should get one of those. I could use it.
Says she plays her tambourine just fine, John.
Yes, she does.
She's trying to explain now that she got the vocal trainer and not that I'm not talking about the processor. We got the we got the cable for it, but we haven't used it since we got the cable for it. So, because what we got fucking, since you left, we got wireless mics.
Yes.
So literally, we don't have to plug anything.
I see how it is.
The only things we have to plug into the front of the cube are the fucking guitars and like the guitar and the bass, and like when we're in the spot, we plug in the drums. So nothing else needs to get plugged in. And then Jill got a fucking 58, and she's like, oh, I'm using a wired mic now. Like, great, okay, cool, we'll figure that one out. So it's all set up for her to be able to plug in either with the fucking processor or without it. So it's all good.
Hell yeah, versatility.
You don't need to plug me in.
We do need to plug you in because we're recording drums.
True.
So you're plugged. You're plugged in.
Well, you get,
What do you got to record drums for, Walt?
The kick drum mic's not plugged in right now.
yeah, 'cause I hit it hard anyway. So
We fucking plugged that shit. No, we plugged. Yeah, we threw one of the wireless mics in the cajon so that we could hear it in the fucking in-ears.
Oh my!
And that's how I
Bet
ended
you
up. With,
redline that thing.
that's how I ended up with your fucking mic. No, it was fine, dude. It sounded okay. But yeah, I think we need to do like separate days for fucking acoustic shit so we can fucking focus on that and not have to worry about, okay, we need to finish this so we can get started on this. Like, we didn't have time, like, we're working on a new song, we didn't get time to work on that. We're just like,
Oh man,
it was just like, let's finish this set and get out of here.
starting to sound like Shambles over there, buddy.
Yeah.
Well,
we're writing a ballad.
you're
Seems like
you're in a ballad.
a ballad,
A ballad.
A ballad.
a slow song.
Oh, a ballad. Okay.
Yeah, that's a ballad, John. A
okay.
ballot is
Yeah,
what you
ballad.
fill out when you're voting.
Yeah, it's that thing you wrote Donald Trump on.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he wrote Donald Trump.
never.
Oh man.
Yeah,
More.
you guys have seen me the last like 2 weeks just showing up with my fucking acoustic guitar. You
Yeah.
guys saw it before they did.
No, that's right. That's a pretty guitar, man. Yeah, I like those Yamaha acoustics, man. I got my guitar that I have out in my living space that I can just grab and play with is my. Oh, it was my first guitar. It's my old school Yamaha acoustic. I don't even know what the fucking numbering or model number it is. It was like a starter guitar. Yours is nicer than that, but like that fucker is held up to some abuse and it sounds pretty good. Like you keep the fretboard clean and new strings on it, they sound good.
I mean, I'll tell you, like over to my left here, I have my fucking first act acoustic and my Fender acoustic. Guess which one is fucking in better shape? It's the fucking first act, which is older and cheap, like $200 cheaper. Like the thing with the Fender is like it needs the fucking truss rod adjustment. So I went and I bought a fucking truss rod tool, but it won't fit in the fucking sound hole to fucking to adjust the truss rod because the sound hole's an oval instead of a circle. So I fucking sat here and I DoorDashed some fucking Allen keys. Like, all right, I'll fucking just use an Allen key, and I still can't fucking get the goddamn Allen key in there to fucking adjust the truss rod. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy a new fucking guitar, and that's how I ended up getting Tony, my Yamaha.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I break it out at practice last week, and Jill looks at it and she's like, you love those finishes on your guitars. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, with the fucking, where you can see the wood grain. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, I can see the wood grain in here. Like, I didn't even fucking look at the guitar, really, before I bought it. I didn't, it didn't look like fucking crazy or stupid or nothing, so, but I knew that much, but I didn't really get a good look at it. Just, like, the reason I call the guitar Tony, I told you this, is because, like, the dude at Guitar Center handed me a couple of guitars, and when he handed me that one, it was like, okay, this one, it feels good. Yeah. So the guitar is named Tony in honor of Tony.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I didn't even like really look at the fucking the flame fucking figuring in it until Jill was like, "Oh, you love those finishes on your guitars."
Dude, though that is an interesting like I am curious here as to how you purchased a guitar without spending like 16 hours like when you were supposed to be working staring at it on the website.
Oh, believe me, I was.
Okay.
There was an Ibanez that I think like 400, maybe 5. I don't know. When I was looking at it, I'm just like, that's the guitar. I'm buying this guitar. And as soon as I went to buy the guitar, they're like, it's in stock February 23rd. I'm like, I'm not buying that guitar. Like I need one. I want one now. So I walked in. I looked, and I was looking on Zounds because I was just gonna make payments on it because like I didn't have the money to buy one up front, and then I got paid for like a bunch of jobs all at once. I'm like, okay, well I got about $1,000 in my fucking spending account right now. Let me fucking go to Let me go on Guitar Center's website and see what I can find. And I was looking at some stuff on there, and I finally just decided, you know what I'm gonna do is just walk into Guitar Center. And just be like, yo, my budget, I'm looking for something between $200 and $400 in an acoustic electric. And I don't know what I don't have like really any idea what I want. And so the guy says, okay, go meet me in the you know, the temperature controlled room. They got all the acoustics in, right?
The giant humidor.
The giant humidor.
The humidor full of guitars.
Yeah. He goes, what do you like? What are you looking for? I'm like, I need something with a fucking cutout. So, all right. He said, what kind of tone are you looking for? Are you looking for, you know, kind of bright or dark? Like something probably like right in the middle, maybe a little brighter. He says, all right, man. He hands me this Luna guitar, which is fucking beautiful. And I was looking at it, but it's like, it's bigger. Like just one of those bigger acoustic bodies, right? And I start playing that. I was like, all right, this one's okay. He hands me a different Yamaha, a cheaper one. And I'm like, all right, this one feels a little bit better. And then he handed me the one, you know, he handed me Tony. And I'm looking at Tony and I'm like, this has the same problem that my Fender has, in that if I need a truss rod adjustment, I'm going to have to bring it in because it's an oval sound hole. So it doesn't have that length to it to be able to fit that tool in. But I started playing and I'm like, yeah, this is the one, man. Like, yeah, let me get this one and let me get a case for it.
Hell yeah, dude.
And he went in the back to see if he had like just a case he could give me, but they didn't. So I ended up, my budget was like $4 and I spent like $5.50.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it always fucking goes.
Yeah.
Because you always tell yourself you're going to buy in this range, and then you trick yourself into thinking if I go just a little bit above it, then it'll be longer before I desire something else, which is also fucking bullshit. Because,
well, I mean, let's talk about the fact that I also bought two electric guitars in the last month too. So
you've been on a tear, buddy. You've been on a tear.
Oh man, I tell you, like dude, we went and saw. Who the fuck did we go see that night at fucking Nietzsche's? I don't even remember who the bands were. Fucking We Were Blank was the headliner.
We Were Blank.
Right, so we went to see We Were Blank, and they had this band from Rochester, and I'm watching this dude play. And the entire time I'm watching this dude play, I'm on my phone trying to find the fucking guitar he had, because it's a fucking satin black PRS custom 24 with one of that, like a semi-hollow body. And I'm just looking, trying to find this guitar, and I just cannot find this guitar online anywhere. And I nudged John. I'm like, you think this dude would fucking sell me his guitar for like $600? And John's like, I don't know, you should ask him. So I literally go up to this dude. I'm like, hey, what kind of guitar is that? You know, like I was looking, trying to find this guitar. And the guy goes, oh yeah, man, I got it on Reverb for like $500. Like, I'm like, dude, I'll give you like $600 for it right now. And he's like, let me think about it. I said, all right, man. So we go and we sit up at a table, like, you know, the upstairs on the fucking, you know, second level there at Nietzsche's, and we're watching.
Yeah, where you do business while the punks vomit.
Well, we're watching We Were Blank, and then as soon as We Were Blank were done, I went up to the dude again. I'm like, so what'd you think? You want to sell that? And he goes,
We're placing bets.
He's
really?
like,
You put money on it?
Joe.
He's like, yeah, I think Jill actually thought I fucking ended up buying it because she was thinking I was carrying it with us to the car.
No, he's not going to get it.
I asked the dude, and he's like, nah, I don't want to part with it at this time. And in all honesty, I'm actually really glad he did, because I end up like going onto Reverb and just looking for like past, you know, previously sold items on Reverb, and I found that specific guitar, like that one that he had, the actual one. And it's like, it was a Sweetwater exclusive, and they rarely come up. So I'm like, man, you know, that guy was right to not sell that guitar to me. But at that point, I'm like, now I want to buy a guitar. And so I was like,
About two.
I was looking on fucking Reverb, and, you know, I had I had like a feed of like, you know, sub $600 guitars. Anything that came up between like $400 and $600 was going to show up in my feed. And I saw this beautiful fucking red Charvel. And I'm like, that's the one. I fucking bought it. And then Andrew from Eyes of the Blind was like, hey, I'm selling this blue PRS for $400. I'm like, will you I'm like, will you give me till Monday to buy that from you? He says, if you want it, it's yours. So, all right, give me till Monday. Monday he came over, I bought that. So I bought 2 guitars in the span of like a week.
What a guy.
And then we, you know, we're at practice and it's like, oh, South Buffalo Porch Fest, do we want to sign up? And one of the questions is, do you want to sign up for multiple porches? And we're like, yeah, sure, why not? And it's like, well, if we're going to do that, let's do an electric set and an acoustic set. And then it was like, all right, now I got to get a fucking acoustic. That's good enough to play it. That, you know, because I have a pickup for my first act, but it doesn't have the cutouts. So I can't get to the higher frets.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got to get a fucking guitar I can actually play at this thing. Like,
yeah. No, makes sense, man.
Jill wants to know, would you rather faint every time you burped or lay an egg every time you coughed?
Lay an egg every time I coughed. Because, you know...
I think I cough too much, man. I think I'd rather faint every time I burped.
No, but that's the thing about that, right? Time is precious. We are all sprinting towards oblivion. So you don't want to faint every time you burp, which given, again, as previously discussed, our Western New York diets, we're going to be burping a lot. That's a lot of lost time in your life. But if you lay an egg every time you cough, I mean, you go pick yourself up a vape pen, you cough your ass off, you start your own business. It's green. You're recycling effectively. I assume.
I mean, given the cost of eggs, that's probably the better idea.
That's right. And I assume if you're creating the egg, it's coming from something you've ingested. So you're, you know, putting your calories towards a beneficial use. You could solve world hunger if you started smoking weed.
You do have a point.
How about you, John?
I'm gonna have to go with you on that one.
Yeah. You want to lay them eggs?
Let's lay those eggs.
Cool. And it's totally because of what I said and not my ulterior motive of I just want to feel the egg come out of my... No. I'm kidding. Oh, man. So, I don't know. This is where I'm just going to awkwardly drop some shit in. But yeah, like, Joe, you might be excited to know that we're actually going to play some originals pretty soon. Can I plug awkwardly?
You may.
Oh, yeah, buddy. So Monday, March 6th, we are playing at Mohawk Place with these dudes, Hershey Glass Company from Dayton, Ohio, and Ram, who are from Buffalo. So that is going to be us getting back into playing originals pretty much full time. We're going to have another cover show at Mr. Goodbar on Friday, March 26th, I believe. And that's going to be a combination of, you know... Friday, March 24th at Mr. Goodbar. We don't have an opener lined up for that yet, but we're going to play Blink-182, Alkaline Trio, Misfits, probably some NoFX. If we can figure it out, probably some Fugazi, maybe some other shit. Bouncing Souls, probably. So, yeah, we got some shit in the works, man. And I don't know. If you're not interested in that shit, come check us out on Friday, because Blink-182 cover night. It's going to be a blast. Yeah,
we were trying to start a cover band. It just hasn't played out the way we anticipated it. With the idea of us doing a Green Day, like Green Day's Pop Disaster Darien Lake set, and you guys doing Blink's.
Hell yeah, man! That would go fucking great.
But and you know what the kicker is to that is, do you know what song they covered on that show at fucking Darien Lake, Green Day?
No, what one?
Shout by the Isley Brothers.
Your favorite song of all time, Joe.
You know, I got it figured out, man. I understand why that's the Bills theme song now. I got it all figured out.
What's that?
It's because when you're watching the Bills, that's all you guys are doing is shouting at the TV. The Bills make you want to shout because there's, you know, referees are calling bad calls. Josh Allen's throwing interceptions.
They're putting somebody through a table.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of reason to shout. And yeah, Josh Allen throwing interceptions, that one's generous because you know what? He does. And I don't care that he throws interceptions because Brett Favre threw interceptions. He won a fucking Super Bowl.
I mean, I am not saying anything false here. I am not.
Yeah, you're dead on, man. He's a gunslinger. That ball's going to get picked the fuck off sometimes.
I'm not just, making shit up to rip on the Bills. This is shit that actually happens. You guys should cover that No Doubt album, Tragic Kingdom.
Sunday morning.
Got that one right here. I can't get to it. There's a guitar in the way, but I got it right here.
Dude, how fucking good is that era of No Doubt too? It is like stunning to me how every song on that album is an absolute fucking banger. And then I don't mean to like demean it, but it was not for me. Like they did like Return of Saturn and stuff, and I was like, I don't like this band. But like Tragic Kingdom is elite fucking disc.
I just got Return of Saturn on vinyl not too long ago.
Oh man, what are you trying to document the worst of pop music from the 90s?
So they repressed it because I paid like $60 for fucking.
You could repress a piece of shit. It's still a piece of shit.
I paid like $60 for Rocksteady, and I was looking at Return of Saturn, and I'm like, do I want to pay $60 for this? And then I saw it for $20. I'm like, well, I'll pay $20 for it. It is their second worst album.
It's not very good. It's really not very good at all.
I mean, it's not push and shove levels of bad, but it is also not fucking Rocksteady or Tragic Kingdom. So
yeah, right. Rocksteady is fucking great.
Yeah,
and Tragic Kingdom is elite. And like
Joe's been trying to get us to play fucking Hella Good. So
yeah, Hella Good is awesome. Well, the other thing with this too is like this is probably an unpopular opinion.
Oh shit, we got to get out of here. But go ahead.
Her debut solo album, Love Angel Music Baby, is fucking great. Like Gwen Stefani moving into that, awesome. I will shut up now.
That shit is bananas. It's bananas. Spell bananas, John.
No.
Always the rebel. Punk rock, buddy.
All right, on that note, let me get to the right page here. The third annual Winter Rains event, that's The Last Rain, The World Without Us, Pale Hell, and Dreadnecks, is coming up on Saturday night. That's where John and I will be. The World Without Us from Philadelphia. The Last Rain will be performing Evolution in its entirety. Doors are at 7 p.m. The show's at 8 p.m. It's $10 pre-sale, $12 at the door from Mohawk Place. At 7 p.m. We'll be there and supporting our bass player, our current bass player, Joe from The Last Rain. And this is The Last Rain. This song's called Devoid on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. And John and I will see you next week.